Welcome into Capper's Cave. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. This is Free Fixin' on Capper's Cave, brought to you by Intellect Sports. We have College Week 7, NFL. College Week 8. NFL Week 7. Holy shit. Are we moving along? We are moving along, but we are making money, and I hope you are too, and I hope you're listening in, because we're still sitting at, we had a decent week. We're over 65% still on the year, so we're doing just fine. I like it. I like where we're going. And we also have the one, the only, with us today. His name, I believe, is Locksmith Larry, or Larry the Locksmith, whichever you prefer. How goes it today, sir? Doing good, man. You should be, and everybody else should be, because it's mid-October, late October, whatever. We got lots of action. Lots of action last week. We got NBA, NHL starting, MLB playoffs, football. It's just a great time of year. It's a great time of year for the sports bettor. All of us, listeners, yes. So listen in. We got some good bets for you. We got, our usual, maybe 10, 8 picks, plus some betting nuggets and quick picks for you. So let's jump right in. We'll get into our news, notes, and complaints. I always love these situations, when you have those for teams, in the NFL or even college that haven't won a game, the offers. And I love when we make the play on it to win. We had them to win outright, but we picked them on the show with the numbers with Jacksonville. It's always I just wanted to throw that out there. That was one of our big wins on the week. We had picked them, and it's always a little scary picking a team that hasn't won. But you know what? It's the NFL, and these teams, it's rare. But I think they did last season. I don't think they won a game. But it feels good. It feels good when you can predict it on the for teams. First win, we'll take it. All right, just in, I'm sure you all heard Baker. I mean, you guys are all probably fantasy players too, so Baker Mayfield is out. When we first started doing our picks, we still were trying to fade the Browns tonight. So if you do listen in, I hope you listen in soon, or get your plays in, which have you. And I want to touch on that just a little bit. I mean, just poor Browns. They got the two running backs out, Chubb and the other guy, and they got some linemen out. I mean, I just want to say, is this the peak of the Browns over the last, decade or century, can we say? Is this their peak? Is this how they have built this team to peak early, not really get that far, almost AFC Championship, and then it's time to fall back down? I mean, it really looks like it. You start to think that this management has it going on. They got it in. They got their franchise quarterback. But I just don't think Baker is a franchise quarterback. I don't. They built this, and they look good based on running backs and defense. And it makes that job a little bit easier. Now, when you have two running backs go down, it puts a lot more heat on Baker. But now we don't even get to see it. We kind of saw it last week. And look what happened. But now it's really going to show. Until you have that elite quarterback in there, you can lose those players on offense and defense and still contend in every game. But again, I know that's what they've been trying to do. But I just don't think it's there. They play so much on the running backs and on the defense, who hasn't really shown a defense like that with the D-line that they have and the defensive backs, just great names all around. You should be shutting teams out, at least one or two by now. At least one or two. Anyways, I don't want to get too much into it. We are going to get into a bet on that, or a nugget, I believe. But you could see kind of where we're going on this one. Maybe they'll throw an extra. I'm doubling our normal bets on this one tonight. It's just I think it's going to be solid. I think Case Keenum. Case Keenum. All right, so Rodgers. I'm sure you heard this too. A clutch fireback by Rodgers. He's an asshole for sure, but I love it. I love it. More trash talk, please. If you didn't hear, he basically told, what did he tell he told the Chicago fans that, he basically he owns you. He does. He has. So did Favre before that. But at least Chicago, I want to say, at least you guys have had a decent franchise. But at least,
man, I ain't never been in the shower with a man.
At least, why are you hitting the wrong buttons over there? What I wanted to say is at least you're not.
So at least we're not Detroit. We're not Detroit.
No, this is a great song. If you've ever heard it, look it up. It's absolutely, it'll have you. It's a great knee slapper. It's about Cleveland. It's a song about Cleveland made maybe, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 years ago. When LeBron first arrived there, I believe. Great little jingle to get you busting up laughing. Just a couple guys from Cleveland making fun of Cleveland, but at the end they say, at least we're not Detroit. So Chicago, you're not either. Much greater city to visit. So sorry for you Detroit fans. It's not one of the delightful cities of America. But hey, I'm a Buffalo fan, so again, you have Niagara Falls, yes, but other than that, chicken wings and it's just not. It doesn't have the word delightful in it. Just you know what? I love it though. Blue collared cities, hard workers. I love it. I love those cities. I'm from the Northeast, so from Detroit to Cleveland to Pittsburgh, hard working, great football cities. Not dogging on you. Just the pleasantries of your surroundings. Sometimes we can make fun of them, right? I think we can. Anyways, let's move on. We'll talk about it for a little bit, but Rodgers, let's see if he does. They got Washington this week, and I think he's going to add to, we can say, his ownership portfolio with a large purchase at 7.5 right now. I think it was way up earlier this week. We'll call it a new construction in shitty condition. And that's what Washington is. There's this newly constructed house with and poorly put together, horrible contractors. I do like the coach. I do like coach. But this is probably worth the buy. It probably is worth the buy. Because Washington is just playing horribly without Fitzpatrick, and the defense isn't showing up. I don't think they'd be doing it with Fitzpatrick with the way the defense is playing. It's just horrible. All right, let's move on to college football. Cincy, who moves up to number 2, right behind your Dogs, man. Does that scare you? Yeah, man, that team looks damn scary, but I think we'll be all right. No, I don't. I think you have the tougher schedule left, and with one loss, you'll be in heavy debate with the college football committee with one loss. I'm sorry, but I don't think you'll be even in the debate with the one loss. It depends on who it is, but again, Cincy, they got a much easier road to the playoff, and I want to see this. I want to see somebody different in the playoffs. Please. Don't put in Bama this year. Don't put in, Clemson's already out. We're not going to see them. Don't even put in my Buckeyes. I don't care. I want to see 4 new teams. That would be great. Probably not going to happen, but that would be great. Rattler out again, and this Caleb Williams guy. We're talking about Oklahoma here. Spencer Rattler. Everybody talked him up as the Heisman candidate. Top Heisman candidate of the year. Now is being benched. Caleb Williams is proving. He put up 4 TDs, 18 for 23. Dudes for real. Do we just cut out and forget Rattler? I mean, poor guy. Heisman hopes. Hasn't lost a game this season. I mean, they're already speculating about him going pro. But, I mean, nobody's going to pick you right now. You got to prove yourself in your last year. I mean, don't jump ahead. Don't. I mean, they're already talking. Like, I think Daddy. Yeah, man, I'll take, if they want to do the transfer portal, man, I'll take that boy. I'll take him in Georgia. Yeah, I'm sure you would, but no kidding. It does. From what we've read, it sounds like his daddy is trying to push him to transfer to the Arizona teams, one of them, which would be a huge mistake. Why would you go Arizona. Arizona State, maybe. But you could go anywhere. Big Ten, ACC, SEC. Now what are they up against Kansas this week with a large spread of 38 or something? Could be a nice play if they give this could be a nice play if they give action back to Rattler, because they might be kicking the shit out of him. So he's going to go in there and toss the ball around. He's got to prove himself again. So maybe they'll let him do that, and that could be a good angle. A lot of points on Kansas is just horrible. Hefty spread, but they're not. We all know Kansas. They're not a football school. No offense, but you're not. You know that. I don't think you ever have been. Maybe in the past. I don't know. I'm not going to go back there. I'm not a geezer. I don't know. All right. Well, without further ado, if you got nothing else to comment on there, Locksmith, let's get in to our picks. We're going to start with the Thursday night game. So I hope you listen in and get it in, but I think we got one or maybe two. Because we're already 1-0 on the night. Because we won last night. And I hope you were listening in. I hope you were. I want to talk about that real quick. Yes. We bet against Coastal Carolina, a team we talk about every week. We love them. But we bet against them last night. App won outright. So sorry if you did. There's still a very nice long-term investment. Anyways, top in. Florida Atlantic Owls versus the Charlotte 49ers. You've heard the Niners on this show plenty of times, and we bet on them, and we win with them. Niners getting 7 points. This is the Thursday night game at 7:30. Niners +7 at home. At home. Against a team they've covered the last 4 of 5, 4-1-1 ATS on the season. If you listen in, again, we've talked this Charlotte team up, and we'll keep doing so until they prove us wrong. This just doesn't make any sense to me. Well, maybe it does. Call it a situational odds makers. This is what that is. A game they don't give a shit about. Not going to be much action on it. Early in the week. Had to get out the line early, and that's fine by us. You slack makes us stack. That just happened. I just did that. You slack. It gives us stacks. It gives us stacks.
Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
Really did. So, FAU, they've had some away struggles this year. Call it anxiety, call it what you want, but they haven't put up more than 14 points on the road and lost all 3 by double digits. Meanwhile, the Niners are undefeated at home, and we can expect another solid performance here. Remember, they beat Duke at home. I mean, the Duke's that great, but still, they beat an ACC team. This team is on the ups. Maybe not a win, but should go down to the wire here. I can't shy away from this many points with 2 equal teams, and I still think Charlotte's better. Niners, 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games as a home underdog. Turn off. What are you hitting over there? Are you hitting Foreigner over there? Is that what's going on here? Huh? No, that wasn't Foreigner. That was Journey. Man, you better be making your picks over there and not putting on your headphones. I mean, what are you doing? Yeah, man, I'm sorry about that, man. I'm forever. See, there it is again, man. I'll just keep doing it. I mean, are you going to let me continue there, Locksmith? Please. Anyways, where was I at? 49ers, 12-5, won ATS in their last 18 games in October. 49ers are 5-7 ATS in their last 22 home games. That's pretty big. Owls are 1-4 ATS versus a team with a winning record. Owls are 1-4 in their last 5 road games. They're 1-6. This is all ATS in their last 7 games on turf. So, please, lock it up, Larry. Are you gonna play it? Are you having trouble with that keyboard over there? Please. All right. Let's move on. We got a Friday night game for you. Washington Huskies at AZ Wildcats. Wildcats getting 18 points. This is Friday at 10:30. Gonna take a shot with a 2-4 team, right? Why not? They play bad on the road. They got a 1-5 ATS record. I mean, don't be scared. I know it's that time of year, but don't be scared. I mean, Arizona's in some trouble. Coach Jed Fisk, he's been coaching for like more than 20 years, right? He's never experienced anything like the attrition that Arizona's quarterback room has right now. Just nobody has. In fact, yeah, most don't. They lost two quarterbacks, Jordan McLeod and Gunnar Cruz, to season-ending injuries in consecutive weeks. They've had 3 scholarship QBs at the start of the season after adding McLeod and Cruz through the transfer portal. Now they have 1 healthy signal caller. Second-year freshman, Will Plummer. I don't know if he's Jake Plummer's son. Probably not. Could be. Who gives a shit? Plummer wasn't all that good. He did stay in the NFL for quite some time. So, hey, whatever. That's tough to do. And he's not that good. He's not that good. And the word on the street right now is they might be testing some walk-ons on this one. Luke Ashworth and Braden Zirmenyo. I mean, why not? You're 0-6. Not much to lose. I mean, well, except every game. But at this point, they have an excuse for bad play. They do. They and the coach does. Oh, I lost all my quarterbacks. Now you have a hungry, underachieving Huskies team. I think that's going to take advantage. So, yeah, solely based on this, well, and the fact that the Huskies have covered the last 5 or 6 between the two and won the last 4, we'll take it. Oh, and also, this is a short week to prepare with the QB thing going on, so good luck. We'll take Washington minus the 18 points. Lock it up. Let's get to the Big Ten. Wisconsin going into Purdue, the Boilermakers. Boilermakers getting 3 points over, under, sitting at 40. This is a Saturday 3 p.m. game. It's Wisconsin's great rushing offense versus Purdue's great passing offense is what we have here. The Boilermakers are allowing just 116 rushing yards per game, and the Badgers are allowing 161 passing yards per game. Both offensive focal points could struggle, though, in this contest. After defeating number 2 Iowa, yeah, Purdue off a big win. It's possible letdown here. Defeating Iowa on the road. Listen, I think everybody's going to be in the letdown mode, and this number could go on up. So this is a bye late. I just believe this Purdue team can outplay this Wisconsin defense at home. Receiver, usually when you get the situation where, you have an upset at home and then have another home game. But now you return home. That's just a huge motivation. Makes it play much easier. You're not on such a high. I mean, you are, but I just think it's easier letdown. And the numbers prove it. They do. And I don't trust this Graham Mertz dude. But let's get into this David Bell first, this receiver, who seem to produce these awesome receivers every year that go to the NFL. Probably the most underappreciated player in all of college football, and huge X factor for this and in this contest. Mertz has thrown 2 touchdown passes this year. Oh, Graham Mertz, coming up for Heisman. Oh, Graham Mertz. Fuck no. And fuck you, whoever said that. He had like 1 good game last year in the pandemic-ruled season. Come on. He has 7 interceptions, and the coach is still fucking playing him. I don't know what he's doing. I don't trust him to get the job done against this Boilermakers team. They're allowing 14 points per game. Boilermakers. Good. Silently. SBD. Silent but deadly.
Come on, do it. Come on, do it. Lay it out right here. Do it.
That's not silent but deadly there, Locksmith. That's not what an SBD is. In fact, that one could be loud and stinky. Or loud and... Sorry, the opposite would be loud and not stinky, right? Those are the best ones. You just blow up the room and you're fine. You don't have to get up. I mean, everybody knows you did it, but you feel like you're king because it's like my shit it doesn't stink, man. It doesn't smell. Like, really, get your face by my butt. Does not smell. They are, man. These Boilermakers, silently. There's a lot of silent teams in the Big Ten right now. Would not become I mean, it's already week 7 or 8, so it not so much silent anymore. I'm taking Purdue on the money line. I'm taking it before. I don't think it's going to get any lower. It might go up. It's sitting at plus 25 right now. But do note, and don't be scared, but I think there's a little motivation here as Purdue has lost 14 in a row to whiskey. So I think there's a motivational thing. Trust me, the coach has this on the board in the locker room. 14 in a row to Wisconsin. Also, I've held on to a ranked spot for more than 1 week. They haven't since 2005. They got in the top 25. And they haven't since 2005. I think this win means a lot, so they can get going on that bowl road. They'll be 5-2. They'll have a consecutive weeks of being in the top 25. It means they're still alive, and even maybe first place in the Big Ten West. Wisconsin looks like Iowa in terms of overall profile. Strong defense, shaky offense. Now we're playing at home, right? They're playing at home in front of a solid, sold-out crowd. And they have a wave of momentum, so lock it up. Boilermakers, plus 3. That's 3. The magic number. Moving on. Oklahoma State. Iowa State. Iowa State -7, over-under at 47. This is the Saturday at 3:30. Is anybody taking or talking Oklahoma State number 9 right now? Is anybody 6-0? Nope, they're not and shouldn't be yet. Yes, nice win against a great Texas team. But now you got 2 road games in a row. A bit of a letdown spot. I have to go Iowa State. I have to defeat one of the best teams in the nation, but they have Brock Purdy healthy. We've had high hopes for this state team, and they're finally starting to hit their stride. I mean, we were thinking playoffs this year. Really, they have some great NFL talent all around, every single position. Really, we thought playoffs, but with 2 losses, still possible with the way things could shake out in the SEC. Still possible, but highly unlikely. But anyways, they finally get a good, solid win against a ranked team. I think they do in this one. And if you dig into the numbers, which we did last week and went with Okie State, lost, but... Or no, but we're not fading the same numbers. We went against Iowa State, but we're not fading the numbers here. The same numbers. They're not that great on offense. Oh, yeah, we did. We went against Okie State. My bad. Trying to spit it out here, but I was trying to... We went against Oklahoma State last week with these numbers that we built you up last week. They're horrible. They rank in the near hundreds in most offensive categories. Now play a top 10 defense. Yes, we talked about Texas last week. Not the greatest defense, but they've been hitting strides that they put in their new quarterback. Great, but they had a tough game, and it's college football sometimes. But we're gonna still play with the numbers. Stick with the numbers. We lost last week. We're gonna win this week with it. This number will go down. Maybe catch it 6 or 6.5. But right now it's a trap for you and everyone else to jump on this Okie team that looked so good last week. Really, again, tough in college football to go on the road and play at that caliber against 2 statistically better foes. That's what they have to do here. Take it, but wait a little bit. Eat them points. Lock it up. Larry, what do you got for us, man? You got us a pick? Are you going to the SEC? Where are you going?
Nah, man, I'm gonna go with my other my other conference that I'm pretty good at is the ACC, man. I can't find anything in the SEC I really like this week, but man, I'm gonna go Cuse going to the black hole, man, and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech sitting at -3.5. Man, I tell you what, it's tough to play in the black hole, man, and I'm gonna stick it out with these orange man. I don't know. Can I say that? Is that can I say that still? Is that not being racist, man? I don't know, but that could change soon, man. I don't know. I don't know, man, with the whole Indians thing going down, and I don't even know what the hell an orange man is. Is their damn mascot is a damn orange? What is that? That ain't even that tough looking or even that tough sounding, man. Why wouldn't you be the fucking peach man or the man or somebody all no man or the apples man or something? I don't know. I'm gonna just call it the orange, man. That's probably why they shorten it up and just call it orange. So enough with that shit, man. But I just want to say it's clear that Cuse, man, or I call him Cuse too, man. That'll work too. Their defensive front, man, they've been bothering quarterbacks all year, man. I have them logged down for 24 sacks, 13 quarterback hurries in a season.
You have them logged down? I hope you found those stats somewhere.
You know what I mean, man. I mean, they're pretty damn good is what I'm trying to say. Well, this Hokies veteran, they're going up against this Braxton Burmester, man. He's somewhat of a mobile threat, man. But that hasn't slowed down the orange, man. This orange pressure, man, in recent weeks. The Cuses, look at this, man. Their last 4 opponents have all had quarterbacks of different kinds of mobility, but they're all mobile quarterbacks. No one amongst, not even one of them, you got Liberty's Malik Willis, Florida State's Jordan Travis, Wake Forest Sam Hartman, and Clemson's DJ Ugly man, whatever you want to call his name. I don't fucking know, man. None of them, man, they ain't statues. These guys run the ball. And they managed all of them well, man. They had low rushing yards, low passing yards. Man, this Cuse team, they're tough. And this Virginia quarterback, man, has struggled against stout defense. He's like combined. He combined for 318 yards against ND and Pittsburgh. Combined, man. 26-62, that's 41%. 41.9, but, I like 41 sounds a little better. With 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown, man. I tell you what, Syracuse yards per play, man, is better than both these top 25 teams. I tell you, this Braxton, whatever his name is, quarterback of Virginia Tech, life ain't about to get easier, man. You might just want to sit this one out. I'm taking Cuse, man, plus a field goal and a half, man.
Good. I like it. I'll lock it up for you. I've been high on this Cuse team. We had them last week against Clemson, made it a close game. They're a tough team. They're a really tough team. The record, it's not horrible, but, they could contend as bad as the ACC is going. I mean, with North Carolina shit in the bed, they were supposed to be awesome this year with this Heisman quarterback, and they're shit in the bed. So I like it, Larry. Keep winning. Keep putting up those winning bets. I gotta look at your numbers. I better display them next show. Make sure they're good.
Yeah, man. They're good, man. Don't worry about it.
Your voice got a little high there. They say when you high pitch your voice, there's definitely some lies going on. So I hope you do know. But let's move on to the NFL. We're already there. NFL. All right. We're going to go to the New York Football Giants. New Jersey. Carolina Panthers versus the New York Giants. Yeah, I already said that. Giants getting 3 at home. Over-under sitting at 43. Listen, the Panthers laying 3 at home may scare you. But can anybody look at the Giants and all their injuries and really, really get excited about what they're doing there? No. No. Their focus should be already on the future of their franchise, especially the QB and the coaching staff, just looking horrid. I think the Panthers should be able to roll over an injury-riddled Giants squad that has been lacking talent for years. If you remember, once upon a time, Giants general manager Dave Gettleman essentially tanked Carolina's roster into oblivion with a series of horrible draft classes. And then he's doing the same here in New York. Not that it has anything to do with the betting line, but just telling you how shitty they are. And now he's running the thing. Listen, Carolina, they've been up and down, but they've been competitive, even without Mickey, which they may be here again. I mean, they're not going to have him. Yeah, he's not in this week. But focus on the plus. It's been their defense that's kept in the games here. If you don't know, they have a top 10 defense. Number 3 in yards, number 2 in pass, number 6 in points scored. I think this spells trouble for this Giants offensive line, which is, it's just an unfortunate timing as the Panthers arriving have already, they've already had, how many sacks on the 16 sacks. Which is 6th most in the NFL. So I'd be pretty scared if I were the Giants. This is a good spot for the offensive coordinator for the Panthers, Joe Brady, to open things up. Because he has been on the hot seat for poor, boring plays. The fans are on him. Everybody's hating him. This is his chance. Open it up. Make him feel better. Make them feel motivated. Make everybody feel good here. I'm going to put money on you. Panthers 4-0 ATS in the last 4 road games versus the team with the losing record. They're 8-1 in their last 9 road games. 12-13 ATS in their last 15 games after allowing more than 350 total yards in their previous. That is a fucking long one. Giants are 7-19 ATS in their last 26 games as a home underdog. They're 6-21 ATS in their last 27 home games. I'll repeat that one. Let me clear my throat. 6-20-1. 6-20-1. ATS in their last 27 home games. That is freaking horrible. All right, moving on. So, yeah, we're taking, if you didn't listen, we're taking the Panthers minus the small points. This one would be a buy now. I think it's going to go up. I know it's late in the week, but, yeah, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. The Bungles. This is one of the bigger ones on the board this week. Good game. This is going to be a good game. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens at 6.5. Over-under sitting at 47. I think we get a good number here with the Bungles. If it goes to a TD, which we think it will. Baltimore off a dominating win against the Chargers. Might be on their high horse. Going against a team they usually run all over. Besides that win, they have kept it close at home. Talking about the Ravens. They had to go to OT against Indy. KC, they beat them by 1. And I think we can say right now that Cincy is playing better than both of those teams, KC and Indy. No one is giving credit to the beatdown against Detroit. Detroit is good. Numbers don't show. I mean, their record doesn't show, but they've been very competitive against a lot of good teams this year. And we, new quarterback in the system, the coach's second year or first year, whatever. We all knew the struggles that would come along. But they whooped the shit out of them. Cincy they have a chance to climb the ranks here in the AFC North with a win, and very possible, I think, very possible with the play of Burrow right now. He has speedsters on the outside, Higgins and Chase, who are a handful to cover. I mean, we feel the Bungles get off to a hot start and open up the playbook, as they'll have to. They know going up against Lamar, this is one of those games you're going for it on 4th down a lot, and if we start getting those, it's going to be a close game. That's why we lean the over here, too, as well, because we feel he's going to have to keep up here, and they're going to open the playbook. We got a nice number with Cincy. Cincy, had they gone over all year? No. Okay, so one time they've gone over this year. So the number's low. We can get a good number here, 47. I think easily both these teams are going to be in the 20s. Ravens 1-5 ATS in their last 6 home games versus the team with a winning road record. 0-4 ATS in their last 4 games following an ATS win. Ravens are 11-26-1 ATS in their last 38 games in October. Bengals 4-1 in their last 5 games after accumulating more than 350 total yards in their previous. Another fucking long one. Bengals 2-5 in their last 7 road games versus a team with a winning home record. Take this number if it does go up to 7 or buy and take the over. That's what we're going to do. That's the number. The magic number. I thought it was 3, but we'll say it's 7 this week. All right. Let's go out to Las Vegas here. Philly's going into Las Vegas. Raiders sitting at -3. We went with Las Vegas last week, and are going against them this week. I'm sorry. Went against Las Vegas last week, and we're going against them this week. Shall we? This team seems pretty motivated. I think, though, they're just coming off an emotional victory in Denver last Sunday. Just days removed from the dismissal of head coach John Gruden. We had the other side of that emotion. Yes, we did. But we're sticking to our guns and sticking to our numbers, and the notion not going to change here. Philly has enjoyed what some say a mini bye after a hard-fought Thursday night game, home loss to Tampa Bay last week. If you look at the schedule, they've had it tough. San Francisco, Dallas, Kansas City, Carolina, and Tampa Bay, they were pretty competitive, and they beat Carolina. They have played better down the stretch. I think Philadelphia is middle of the road in most defensive measurements through 6 games. But again, has taken some very strong scoring attacks against them. Vegas is all over the place. Like, they ranked 22nd in the DVOA. And now out with Coach Gruden, who some say is an offensive mastermind. Yes, the Raiders were able to come up with a viable game plan against a division foe who they know very well. Now they must figure out a foreign, non-conference competitor with a brand new coaching staff. The Raiders' biggest strength, I think, is something the Eagles just don't allow. Home run plays. If you've watched them, if you look at the numbers, they lead the NFL. Vegas leads the NFL with 32 plays of 20 or more yards, including 5 of 40 plus, and shredded a dinged-up Denver defense for big strikes. Philadelphia, however, doesn't blitz much and keeps everything kind of in front of them, giving up only 11 passing plays of 20 yards or more, second fewest in the NFL. That says something. Considering the Eagles have faced the likes of Dak, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady. The pass defense boasts an average depth of target at just 6.6, and the fifth fewest air yards allowed in the land. I'm telling you, this spread right now, it's teetering on the half-point hook. So Eagles backers, I think you should wait for that move to, say, 3.5. Philadelphia, they're keeping it competitive most weeks, and it takes just a home team prime for a letdown spot right here. The locker room still feeling the weight of last week. The Raiders are 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games as a home favorite. Take the Eagles minus. No, we're not minus, man. We're getting points. Hopefully 3.5. I have to do that every time. I might have missed it last week, but we might not have had any birds last week. All right, are you giving us an NFL pick there, Mr. Locksmith? Are you?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with the I love that guy down in Tampa Bay with great hair and great looking dude, and they're going against the Bears. If you don't know, that's Tom Brady. So the Bears are going into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's sitting at -12. I'm sticking with the GOAT here at a very suspicious lucky number. Yeah, 12, man. I'll go with the signs, man, and gut feelings.
And that's why you hang around right around the 50% mark. That's why. Gut feelings are going to keep you around 50%.
Man, don't worry about that. They're just numbers, man.
Exactly. They're numbers. Use them.
May I continue, man? Hey, man, champs, they too good. They too well rested for Chicago, man. Chicago has collected wins against some mid-tier teams, if you look at it, but losing the likes of Rodgers and Green Bay, who they did keep it close for the most part, but then got dinged around. Beat up by Cleveland and the Rams for a combined score 84-34, man, between both of them. I do like this Bears D, but all those efforts go down the shitter, man, if the offense can't put up numbers. They can't. Yes, this Field guy, man, I like him. He's getting better. But now faces some tough dudes on defense, man. Oh, and don't forget the GOAT at home puts up a mere 41.3 per game. A number we definitely don't think the Bears are going to get close to. So, yeah, I'd eat that 12 points, but only at 12, man. Not at 12.5, not at 11.5. It's got to be 12. You got to buy it down. Buy it up, man. It's got to be 12. Really? You're not even going to, if it goes down to 11 or 11.5, you're not going to take it? Nah, man. I told you it's a sign, man, from the football gods. And you know damn well who they love more than anybody, right, man? Them guys, they love them. Yes, they do a little bit too much. They love them some Brady. I'm sure they do. Anyways, I do like this bet. The Bucks stop unit that's starting to find. It seems like they're starting to find their disruptive form right now. That took, that from last year is what I'm trying to say. Tampa, they've have like 12 total sacks on this so far. Now, I know that's not a lot, but 9 of those came in the last 3 games, in which the Buccos have allowed a stingy 269.3 yards on offense. And the foes haven't been able to run the ball in Tampa. EPA per run of like minus 0.2 ranks second lowest, which means the Buccaneers will put the weight of Chicago's offense on the arms of Justin Fields. Defensive coordinator Todd Boyles, I just think he's going to have the youngster's head on a swivel. Is that what you call it? I think they bring the blitz. They bring it a lot on opponents' drive. He's going to struggle there. He's going to struggle. And 12 points isn't that much. There's two possessions. It's not much. All right, let's get into some betting nuggets and quick picks. Yeah. Cincinnati Bearcats versus the Navy Midshipmen. Midshipmen. That's hard to say really fast. 27.5 points. Listen, we're sticking with this number 2 Cincy team. Let down? Nope. Not yet, or maybe not ever this year. They're going to keep rolling teams. They know they have to keep rolling teams. Just rolled a good UCF team by 30. They know they have to stop to keep this spot. Right now, undefeated, they may get in. Undefeated and covering or kicking the shit out of teams is a guarantee they get into the playoffs. Less than 4 TDs against a team that just runs. Fickle and that defense are going to figure them out. Take the Bearcats minus 27.5. Northwestern at Michigan. Michigan minus 24.5. This number has already jumped 3 points from 21. I'm not buying in off a bye week for Michigan. Not with Michigan State on deck. As you know, they spent most of their time on that game. Northwestern's not that bad. Not good either. But sneaky spot to cover off a nice win against Rutgers, where they had 402 total yards. And also held the Knights to just 222 yards on the other side. Northwestern, they have covered this game in the last 7-10, 8-3-1 ATS in the last 12 conference games. Northwestern is also 13-5 ATS, 13-5-2 ATS in their last 20 in October. So take it. We like Northwestern, if you didn't understand that. Denver at Cleveland. Normally, you'd look at this and think the Browns would be the better team here, especially playing at home. However, a deeper look shows depth of injuries. Chubb out, Hunt out, Baker out. I mean, that's going to drop the Browns to Dearness Johnson and Demetric Felton as the top 2 backs in the run game. Now you have to trust Case Keenum with a horrible NFL record? No. The Browns are without starting tackles. They lost some guys in the defense. There's just too many injuries on both sides of the ball. Not a ton of trust here. We can't trust it. Look for Denver to hang close enough, maybe even get the outright win. So, lock that one up. Falcons at Dolphins. I mean, probably not one we're going to watch, but nothing here. No action. Just shit teams. So inconsistent. Miami off a loss in England to winless Jags. So small lean on Atlanta. Off a win, and they had to travel in a shitty loss for Miami. I mean, depressing. Being one of those teams that, you're the first loss of that 0-loss team. Or that 0-4-5. Fuck you, Miami. I don't care. Go Bills. Colts at Niners.
We have to credit the Colts for fighting and keeping themselves alive in the AFC, but this game is worlds away from the matchup with the Texans in Week 6. The Niners will be rested, having an ideal game plan for pulling Indianapolis defense all over the field. Throw the Colts. They got a banged up offense, so I think this gets ugly. Let's take the Niners minus the 4. Thanks for listening in. Wherever you listen, please like us. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. This is Free Picks and Shit on Capper's Cave. And we're out.